Want you, it's got to be the right fit. You know what? This kind of feels like the right fit guy. He just got off his campaign with the Colts. So, Max, should the Colts convince Rivers to return at this point?
This is such a no-brainer. Is this a trick question? Of course. They're going into a season with a quarterback, right? They think will be better than they had the year before. I was skeptical, but okay. A lot of people thought maybe a reunited with the coach, the whole thing. Now he goes down. The season's going to start soon. I don't know. Do you have anyone who happens to know the offense inside and out, who's coming off a pretty good year with the team? Who, by the way, this guy got hurt, who's an Iron Man, whose teammates love him, the whole thing, who also clearly wants to play for you? What? This is a dream come true. This is a win-win-win. I'll tell you who else. It's a win for the team, a win for Phillip Rivers, a win for Carson Wentz. Sam, could you imagine if Nick Foles took the job and they caught fire? Deja vu all over again. It's Carson Wentz's nightmare. This is a win-win-win.
Yeah, this is a perfect opportunity. I'm with you on this, Max. So Phillip Rivers, he retired last year. He said, I'm done. All of a sudden, Carson Wentz comes in. Carson Wentz gets hurt. I wasn't as concerned because I like Marcus Brady. I like Frank Reich coaching them. I think they're good. Then your best player gets hurt. Quentin Nelson gets hurt. Now I'm concerned. You have weapons. You have Jack Doyle. You have a solid defense. You have weapons out there, but this is a perfect situation. He said that the timing has to be right. The price has to be right. All of this is right for Phillip Rivers to return. He's been sitting down at home. He's missed the offseason, which is great for a veteran. He's missed a part of training camp, which is great for a veteran. He knows the offense, Marcus Brady's offense. He knows it well. This is a perfect situation. Let's not forget, Phillip Rivers and this team, they were 11-5. They tied the Tennessee Titans for the division lead. Obviously, Tennessee had the tiebreaker, so Tennessee went and won the division. But this is a really, really good team when you have the right quarterback. And so the fact that Carson Wentz is out, they say 5 to 12 weeks. I'm assuming it's 12. The fact that Quentin Nelson is out 5 to 12 weeks, I'm assuming it's 12. You need a guy like Phillip Rivers. The only issue I have, if I'm Phillip Rivers, is the fact that you're not going to be protected. You just lost the best left guard in the game.
One of the best I've ever seen, yeah.
One of the best to ever play the game. You're not going to be protected. Your left tackle is still injured. You're not going to be protected. If I'm Phillip Rivers, I don't want to get hit. So now all of a sudden you're getting pressure up the middle. You're getting pressure on the edge. You already are a little bit old. You're older. You got injuries. You're an Iron Man, but hits are hits, right? I played outside linebacker. If you get hit, it wears on you. And so, yes, if I'm Phillip Rivers, I want to come back. But the issue you're thinking about, there are going to be some major protection issues that you just got to deal with because it's a perfect situation. You can't say no.
Sam, even that is all the reason to go convince Phillip Rivers, because what you need is a guy who really knows the offense second nature and can make quick decisions and get rid of the ball. We saw Ben Roethlisberger behind no offensive line, no running game. Of course, eventually they petered out. We're not expecting this team to win the Super Bowl with Phillip Rivers, right? But the Pittsburgh Steelers won double digits. They were undefeated for a big chunk of that this season with Roethlisberger, same quarterback class as Phillip Rivers, getting rid of the ball real quick, which he never did before. Rivers has done that before. He's never done that before. A guy like Nick Foles you bring in, he needs a clean pocket. I think he's become underrated. Like Chicago is a disaster because he needs a clean pocket. If he can step up into the pocket, Foles can get stuff done. But if he's running for his life, no. But Rivers, with familiarity, getting rid of the ball quickly, which is, knowing the offense, the whole thing. How could you possibly, at this moment in time, if you're Indianapolis, do better than this? You can't do better than this.
Max, I'm with you. There's a lot of advantages to bringing back Phillip Rivers, but I want to ask you, Sam, do you think that this is going to mess with the psyche of Carson Wentz? Because, look, Phillip Rivers comes back. He does an excellent job. He gets the job for the remainder of the season. What's that going to do to Carson Wentz?
Well, this is better than the other alternative. People have been talking about Nick Foles maybe coming in. That would be all bad for Carson Wentz and for the Indianapolis Colts. I think that Phillip Rivers coming in is a good fit. Now, the issue is Carson Wentz may not get his job back. Better yet, probably won't get his job back if Phillip Rivers stays. They went and got Phillip Rivers. They went and got Carson Wentz because Phillip Rivers retired. And so I think it actually is a good move for Carson because now it's good for everyone. It's good for Indy because they have a team and they have a quarterback that can win right now. It's good for Carson. He gets a chance to recover. But the only issue is he's not playing this year. But I still think that it's better than maybe a Nick Foles.
It's good for Wentz. It's good for Wentz, and I'll tell you why.
It's good for Wentz.
Because Wentz has a little more time to learn things while he recovers. They're not going to win a Super Bowl with Phillip Rivers. They're going to feel like they need something more. And now Wentz just bought himself a couple of years. First year back, maybe a quasi-catastrophic injury, new system. He's going to have some runway. He's going to have some leeway to play with here. And if he shows any promise, then there will be those in the organization a coach who's had success with him before who think, wait a minute, we got it now. I think this buys Carson Wentz a couple more seasons in Indy.
Yeah, it does. It does. And I think initially I heard Phillip Rivers say he's thinking about coming back. And I think, okay, don't think about it. Just sign right now. But then the point of Carson Wentz, it does buy him more time because of this. You get a chance to sit back and learn from a guy who's been in the league longer than you. Phillip Rivers has been through ups and downs. San Diego struggled, and they got good, and then struggled, they were good. So you can learn from him. This actually could extend your playing career. Sometimes I think what people forget is they want to get in right now. I want to be the star. I want to shine, right? First overall pick. But we often forget that Patrick Mahomes sat and watched and learned. Tom Brady sat and watched and learned. Aaron Rodgers sat and watched and learned. And so let's not I think people put a lot of stock in getting in right now and shining, but there's benefit in sitting back and watching and learning. Phillip Rivers signing with Indianapolis, I believe, could be the best thing for Carson Wentz this year. It takes the pressure off. You can sit, you can watch, you can learn, you can get healthy, and then you can come back in the future and help them win even more.
So you're saying it's win-win-win?
It's win-win-win all the way around. It's a win-win-win. Now, all we need is for Phillip Rivers to say yes. Mind you, he said he wasn't in greatest shape. He said he hadn't been running.
That dude is coming back. Get all the way out of here. Phillip Rivers, he's putting his cleats on right now.
Yeah, he's done coaching in Alabama.
Hey, just sign the dotted line. Sign the dotted line. I don't need any conversation. He's over here. I'll think about it. I got to get a lather. No, sign the dotted line.
Okay, well, you say win-win-win. I really hope the Colts can do just that, and I hope Phillip Rivers is the guy to help them do so because, listen, the first 5 games of the season for the Colts, the Seahawks, Rams, Titans, Dolphins, and Ravens, went to combined 54-26 last season, 4 of those teams making the playoffs, so the Colts need to be ready. All right, guys, let's keep it moving. We still got a whole lot more to get to. Right here on First Take, Sam Acho with a scorching hot take. Speaking of which, on Raiders head coach John Gruden, you do not want to miss this. Plus, it's safe to say Max has a man crush on Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert. Max says Herbert has more trade value than anybody else. That take next. Stay with us.
Yo, he knows my number.